Hey, Devin, you'll never believe what just happened on Peak Piece. And we've been waiting for this for 2 days since we got the brief summary. It was a lot crazier than I anticipated. The carnage in this chapter is. So, back on this chapter 1079, biz. We we got the full summary. We even got the raws. We got Kid getting it raw. I am absolutely surprised by this chapter, and Dorian Bragi just taking this chapter with a smile is the best thing ever. A little bit of a scenery change because I'm making my brunch. Ramen bowl. That's some wet ass noodles. Anywho, so the chapter starts off. York realizes that she got done did by the government. And what does she want to do when she gets done did by the government? She decides, you know what? I'm going to have the Seraphim kill everybody except for me and Stella. You don't see it, but you know for sure that, like, she told a snake to stone her, then unstone her. I can't get unstoned right now. But, yeah. Some other. We see cut to the present. We see just a snake flying through the sky. Out to the distance, there's a ship. You can't tell which one of Blackbeard's ships it is. All of you know is that it's just one of Blackbeard's, and they're coming in, and they're coming in aggressively, and it's gonna be crazy. Now, I'm gonna do a quick shift to the next scene with something a little more different than me preparing my ramen. So, we now move to Elbath, where Kid and everybody is chilling. Well, not necessarily chilling, they're preparing for a slaughter. But is it for Kid or is it for Shanks? It's partially for Shanks. Shanks questions what Blackbeard's doing. Shanks questions what the status of Kid's crew is. Strip asks, hey, Yassop, are they ready for a fight? Still preparing ramen, by the way. And Yassop's like, yeah, they look pretty healed. So, in the distance, Kid is just preparing himself, and you see all the captains and all the ships of Red Hair's fleet just like, what up? Kid just prepares a railgun, the railgun, and he just blasts through. He not only blasts through these ships cleanly, but you also see people getting cut in half. This is straight up a massacre. It pissed off Shanks. Shanks avoided it. And Beckman's like, wow, some future sight you got there. He's like, now looking angrier than ever because he just watched that slaughter go down. He just blips in front of Kid. Divine departure. Easy. He took Kid and Killer down. Killer jumps out of nowhere to try to stop Kid from, like, getting a fatal blow to the chest. He beat the railgun. One of the most important parts of this chapter comes after the Kid pirates surrender the poneglyphs. Yeah, gotta get freaky in these videos. How else am I supposed to make people watch? But after he gets the poneglyphs, you just see Dory and Bragi just prepping their weapons for something really familiar we haven't seen since the Little Garden. And they're like, yo, you come up to our crib and you want to aim a railgun at us. Well, guess what? Prepared to have that same treatment brought on you. And yes, that's a pepperoni. Uh, they do the same thing that they did to the Island Eater. And the Island Eater, it gets very much reminiscent. The kid ship, looks like the Island Eater at this point. It's funny because it also has a mouth on it, and it just splits in half. You see everybody fall to the bottom of the sea, and they're like, kid pirates. They're annihilated. They're annihilated. Do you think they're dead? I personally hope so, because there's a long list of people who just lose limbs in the series instead of dying. There are some people who just die, and you expect them to die, and some you don't. For instance, Izo. Why Izo? But yeah, that's all the rambling I got for this chapter. I hope you guys see the chapter. Go look at the spoilers on Reddit. Remember, don't leak it outside the threat.